This was supposed to be a happy video. This was supposed to be a good video that I had been planning since the Arsenal game. When I saw that game, when we saw the way we dominated space in the Arsenal game, I started shooting all kinds of videos with the Arsenal game so that I could meld it in with this Fulham game where I thought we would get 3 points and I would show off all the tactics that we've been progressing on. But no, it's not that video. It is not that video I've been waiting a week to make. It's a video I didn't want to make at all because this is definitely not a happy video. It's a video where we're going to talk about the Fulham game, and let's get right into it. We started okay. We thought we were going to score early. We almost did, and then we finally get our goal, and then we stopped playing. Instead of going for the second, we got cautious, secure, we got nervous. Like we were more focused on protecting what we had than building on it. And when you invite pressure in the Premier League, you usually pay for it. Fulham didn't need a second invitation. They grew into the game, found their rhythm, and punished our hesitation. The equalizer felt inevitable to me. Not because Fulham were brilliant, but because we let them believe they could get something from this. And also, I was just seeing a lot of mistakes. The warning signs were there from early on. Misread patterns, missed passes, players out of sync, making the wrong decisions again and again. And it's not just about what the players did or didn't do, even though they made a lot of mistakes. It's about what our manager chose to stick with. It's about the players that he keeps trusting, the names that he keeps putting out there in the lineup, or keeping them on the pitch instead of taking them off. And if he keeps trusting these same people and they don't start getting their head on straight, it's going to cost us more than points. It's going to cost us progress. And eventually, it's going to cost him his job. In this video, we're going to go through some of the footage. We'll break down some of the patterns. We'll talk about the moments where it all went wrong. I can't show you every mistake, guys, because there was about 200 of them, and I don't have that kind of time, nor do I even want to keep rewatching this game. But let's start with the build-up. Let's start early on in the game when we weren't making too many mistakes, but we were still making mistakes. Like I said, the signs were there early, but I want to show you. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you already know what I'm talking about when I talk about the build-up patterns. We're talking about the diamond with the exit options. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should be checking out these videos right here on the screen, the breakdown of the Bournemouth game, the breakdown of the Everton game, and the breakdown of, I don't even remember what game, but all these preseason games I did breakdowns on. I explained exactly what the build-up patterns are, and there are a couple of them. But one of them is the diamond with the exit patterns, and you're about to see that right here. The goalkeeper gives the ball to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is going to take his time dribbling forward slowly so that we can form that diamond shape right there where we want to. Now, we got the diamond with Mason Mount, Cunha, and Bruno, and we got the exit pass options in De Ligt and Casemiro. Casemiro is also going to have some space in front of him there. Bruno's going to give the ball to Casemiro. Unfortunately, it passes a little behind him, but still, he has enough space to turn, which he does not pull off. He gets the ball taken away from him because he's not good on the ball, guys. And this is why we looked at players like Baleba. We need someone who's going to play alongside Bruno who can also contribute to our build-up play and carry the ball forward. If not carry the ball forward, then worst case scenario, you get someone like Yeoman or Adam Morton who can take one touch and then ping the ball to the other side into a safe place. So then the other side can carry the ball forward, because usually on the other side of the diamond, the opposite side, you're going to have a lot of players with open space because the diamond is designed to attract defenders, to attract the opposing team to one side of the field, which is what it does, which is why this system is actually pretty effective if you do the things correctly. But we don't do the things correctly, because what's about to happen next is even more mind-boggling. So let's get right back into it. This is where now they got the ball, but we're going to press like crazy, and Cunha's even going to come and chip in here and help us win the ball back. And once he wins the ball back, we try a couple of quick one-touch passes to see if we can free up the ball and get running at them, but it doesn't happen, and it ends up back at Casemiro. Now, I got to freeze it here because I want you guys to look at how this looks and remember the CB switch. Now, if you guys don't remember what the CB switch is, I've covered that in past videos. Again, you should go and check. If you're new to the channel, you should go and check out those past videos I'm talking about where I do in-depth breakdowns of games. You should check out everything that has this kind of thumbnail attached to it, and you will learn exactly what all our patterns are. But the CB switch is basically, that's why we have three center backs, or that's one of the reasons we can really use three center backs to our advantage. So when the diamond pulls all of the opposing team or most of the opposing teams to one side, you're going to have the center back of the opposite side with acres of space in front of him, and you switch it to him, and then that center back takes off, and then it's usually a 2-on-1 with the center back and the wing back against one defender, and they take up acres of space. They get all the way up the field. If they want to even cross it from there, it should be easy. But anyways, Casemiro had an opportunity to pull off the CB switch here, and he doesn't go for it, which is mind-boggling because it's a simple pattern. Lenny Yoro and Ahmad were wide open in acres of space. He doesn't switch it. So he goes back to Luke Shaw. Now Luke Shaw tells Mason Mount to get back outside so they can get back into a triangle. He doesn't use that pass, which is totally fine. He gives it back to De Ligt, and De Ligt now has to reset. We reset, we go to Lenny Yoro's side. Now here, you start seeing there is no diamond. It looks like utter chaos. I don't know if it was Mbumo who went to the wrong spot, but I also don't like the fact that Ahmad went forward. Now, Cunha sees this and tries to get into a position so that we can form some sort of a diamond. But let's take a look at this again and see where it kind of falls apart, because this one's on Bruno. If you keep your eye on Bruno here, you'll see that he's not moving. He should be in that exit pass option position, which is where Cunha is going to one-touch that ball into, and there's no one there because Bruno isn't there. So you would think, oh, Cunha is actually just one-touching it to Casemiro. Sure, that too. He just put it in the space. But Bruno should have been running diagonally up, which he did not. Don't get me wrong. Maybe he was thinking, I don't want to take that chance. I don't want to vacate the midfield right now. I want to stay there and play safe. And that's totally fine too. I just don't like it because I like positive-minded runs. I like our players to be more, like, how do I say this? Take more chances, especially in possession. Take a little bit more chances, especially because you have 3 center backs. You've got 2 more center backs behind you. You have De Ligt and Luke Shaw right there behind you. Make the run. But anyways, let's get right back into it. So Cunha taps the ball. Nobody's there. Somehow Casemiro gets to it. You've got the triangle now in midfield. We always have triangles in midfield. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my old videos. You'll see the triangles in midfield, and I explain exactly how we get into those triangles. But we're in the center circle. We got a triangle, and now Bruno realizes he needs to make the diagonal run and get into that exit pass. So he does do it this time, and we find him. And as soon as we find him, right here, I am mind-boggled again. Guys, a CB switch again is missed. Luke Shaw, wide open. He's got all the room in the world. All Bruno had to do was give it to Luke Shaw. Don't send it right back to where the ball came from, where most of their defensive players are already at. You give it to Luke Shaw, and you see Luke Shaw get upset, and then you see Bruno have the audacity to put his hands up and act like he did nothing wrong. This is mind-boggling, and it drives me insane. And then we wonder why when the camera cuts to our manager, sometimes he's got his head in his hands or he's looking down and he looks really mad. Do you think that these are the kind of things he's coaching them to do? No, I know it's not, because we did it in preseason and we were doing it better in preseason. I don't know what's going on with these players and why they get so discouraged, unconfident, nervous. I don't know what you want to call it, but these stupid things from our veterans pisses me off. Casemiro and Bruno did not distribute the ball correctly in this game, and it ruined a lot of chances. That's just one example of many times where these two players just did not run the pattern the way that I've seen it run in preseason. I want to show you guys another play. Now, you guys know I've done nothing but defend Bruno in all my videos, guys. I have never said anything negative about Bruno, even when he's had bad games. I have said that, hey, he's our captain. He's the smartest one on the team. He's the one who helps tell people where to go. He's the one who understands the system the best, and he's very much a vital piece of the puzzle for Ruben Amorim to get his ideas across to the players. If there's anyone here who actually knows, is Marcus, and most of you guys who know me, who've been with me for a long time, know that I always defend Bruno and I always stand up for him. But guys, he made so many mistakes in this game, and he wasn't that great in the Arsenal game either, better than the Fulham game, but he made so many mistakes. He just did things that I just didn't understand at all. And I'm not talking about missing the penalty, which is also bad, but I'm talking about things like this. Let's take a look at this play too. So here we're trying to build out from the back, okay? And the ball just slowly makes its way to Lenny Yoro. And when Lenny Yoro gets the ball, you can see that we're trying to form a diamond, but there's nothing there. Ahmad took off a little bit early, But you can see that Mbeumo comes into that spot where you're supposed to receive with your back to goal. And right here, Bruno has an opportunity to make a diagonal run. And again, he doesn't make the run. He didn't make the run earlier, which we said, okay, maybe he just wants to be on the safe side. But there's no reason not to make the run. He doesn't make the run, and he tells Mbeumo to pass it backwards. That's just kills me. I'm sick and tired of watching our team pass backwards when there's no need to. But anyways, he passes it backwards. We set up again, and now we're trying to build up again. I'm going to fast forward through this and get it back to Lenioro. And now we've got kind of a diamond, and here it comes with Ahmad dropping back. There's your diamond. Now you'll see Mbeumo try to make a diagonal run diagonally up to zone 18. This is where Bruno needs to fill in for where Mbeumo's leaving, and then Casemiro needs to fill in for Bruno. None of that happens. None of that happens. You're supposed to have Mbeumo make if the player at the top of the diamond decides to make the diagonal run up to zone 18 or zone 16 on the other side, then the person at the center midfielder in the center of the diamond has to fill in for him, and then the other center midfielder fills in for him. We've done this before. It's not rocket science. I'm probably showing it to you guys on the screen right now. We have done this before, and they did not do it, and it kills me. So then the ball circulates back to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper gives it to Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw is taking the ball up forward, trying to figure out where we're going from here. The ball goes back to De Ligt, and you start seeing Bruno pointing at Lenioro, telling him to go forward, take the space, and telling De Ligt to pass to Lenioro, which doesn't happen. He goes back to Luke Shaw. The guy standing there dictating people and telling them what to do when he's not exactly participating or helping out in what they're supposed to be doing. So De Ligt goes to Luke Shaw, and Luke Shaw now has a triangle formed with Mason Mount and Casemiro. And there you got Cunha perfectly in position for the exit pass. He gets the ball, and he makes that turn, and he starts to run. And now he's got a great line of sight to Ahmad and Mbeumo, who are 2-on-1 on the other side, which is exactly what the system is designed to do, but then he gets fouled. The system works. The system is not bad. Ruben Amorim does know what he's doing. Our players make stupid decisions, and our leader is a part of the problem. And this is the first time I make a video saying stuff that's negative about Bruno Fernandes, but even I can't turn a blind eye to how our leader is dictating things and telling other players to do wrong things and not being positive in his actions. I don't know if the Saudi Arabia stories are true. I know that some people are saying maybe that's on his mind. And the third time I watched this game, which by the way, I had to watch it 3 times so I can pick out what I was going to talk about, because there's a million things to talk about, and I don't want to make that video. I want to make a quick video telling you guys how mad I am about some of the things I saw, and I want to get out of here. And I want to wait for the next game on Wednesday, and I want to wait for the Burnley game, and hope to God I see something different. Because believe me, what I was seeing in the Arsenal game was not this mess. The Arsenal game was a lot better than this, but it wasn't because our leader or our captain had this fantastic game in the Arsenal game, but it was because the other players actually were in really, really good positions and making good decisions. I don't know what to say other than the fact that if I'm Kobe Mainoo and I have a manager who's telling me that I'm in competition with a certain person, and if I prove that I'm better than that certain person, then I get on the pitch and he has to sit on the bench, and then I see this and I watch this game, because I'd go home and study this game, and then I knock on the manager's door. And I'm not being facetious here, I'm not telling you guys any lies, this is my personality. I would knock on the manager's door, I would ask for a meeting, I would sit down in that meeting, I would show him these clips that I'm showing you and even more, and I would go, explain to me how much worse I am than this, so I understand what I need to work on, because I know that there should be an open door for me to get into the starting 11 if this is the player I'm competing with for a spot. And if I don't get a real answer, then I would tell my manager, my agent, that it's time for me to leave the club. That's what I would do if I was Kobe Mainoo. And this isn't from somebody who's sitting here, who's a Kobe fan and anti-Bruno. I'm just saying that competition needs to be fair. Competition, if you lay down the rules and you say, if you beat this guy, then you get a reward, then it needs to be fair. If that guy is losing by not doing his job that well, then that guy needs to sit on the bench so that I can get rewarded and get my chance. That's all I'm saying here. And again, if you're new to the channel, then you don't know me. But if you're not new to the channel, I never say a negative thing about Bruno. But I do want consequences for bad play. I do want that in our squad, because if we don't have that, we have nothing. If we don't have that, we absolutely have nothing and we have no hope of ever reaching the top again. There needs to be consequences, and I don't care who you are. There can't be player FC. You can't get away by being a spoiled brat. You never get punished and blah, blah, blah. Everyone has to be held to a certain standard, and I don't care who you are and what armband you have on your arm. Guys, let's see what happens in the Grimsby game. I don't even know how to say their name. And let's see what happens in the Burnley game, which I think we're going to win. I don't think that Ruben Amorim is going to sit down and not give these guys a big talk and walloping and tell them about how bad they were in this game and show them exactly how to run. And I think that if players don't straighten out, that he won't play them. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see how it goes. I was working on the Arsenal game, which I thought was a great game, and I wanted to meld that video along with this video of the Fulham game and make a good game of compilations of great passing and great movement. But that's not what happened in this game. So I still have the Arsenal footage edited and ready to go. I'll see what happens in the Burnley game, and maybe I'll do it in those, I'll collage those two videos. Maybe if we stop doing stupid things. Guys, thank you very much for being with me. If you're new to the channel, please go watch my other videos. They're more happy videos than this one. This one was not a happy video. Go watch my other videos, the ones that say in depth here. I'll start putting them around the screen here soon before I go. I want to do a live this Wednesday, so let's do a short live, 45 minutes to an hour. Let's talk before the Grimsby game. It'll be like 9 a.m. California time because I do have to go to work after that. So it'll be 3 hours before the game. I'll be live for about 45 minutes to an hour. Let's talk it out. Let's see what you guys think. Tell me if I'm wrong about something, and hit that like button, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.